Okay, in this video today I'm going to show you how to replace your door boot on your Electrolux washing machine. Also in the future, in the near future, we're going to have a product that cleans these molds so you don't have to replace this, because replacing this is not necessarily cheap. It's not necessarily expensive either. This particular call, the customer already ordered the part. I'm going to leave the link in the description below for the part. So if you'd like to replace your door gasket on your Electrolux washing machine, you're watching the right video. Follow each step, step by step. And if this becomes too much for you and you're in Connecticut, please call this number on the screen and we would be happy to come out and take care of this for you. I would say to do this job, you would have to be at around 9 out of 10 handy. So you have to be very handy. It is not the easiest door gasket to replace on the Electrolux. Electrolux is made by Frigidaire. Electrolux is like their high-end, mid-range brand. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's go. So first we're going to remove this outer spring. The customer had already removed this and they didn't go far enough, and this is why we're still here. We don't work on appliances that customers has already ripped down. So this spring sits around the door boot right here. You could get a flathead screwdriver and you pry it out and then you just take it right off. After that, we're gonna loosen the door boot or door gasket from around the rims. Then we're gonna remove the dispenser tray. Let me stand up so you can see. You can see a button right here that says push. We're going to push that down. Tray slides right out. This tray also needs to be serviced, washed out, because you see a lot of mold buildup from the old soap skunk. Alright, so now we're going to start loosening screws. Alright, I have to pull this guy out because it's tucked underneath the bottom, so I think I'll just do that first. So let's remove this guy. Anchor out. Alright, so I don't want to have to pull it out all the way, so I'm going to get my 90-degree angle tool. This one is a DeWalt. And we're going to remove 2 screws. It's going to be one on the left and one at the right, on the right. This is probably the most used tool in my toolbox. Can't tell you how many times this bad boy saved my life. Okay, so after we remove those 2 screws, we're going to slide this top panel back. Alright, so now the Electrolux washing machine, or any Electrolux product, is probably one of those products that has the most screws you'll have to remove in your entire life, and I'm not exaggerating. They have a lot of screws that, you know, sometimes us technicians think is very unnecessary. Right after Electrolux, the other screw brand is, guess down in the comment section below what other brands have a lot of screws, unnecessarily screwed. Alright, so this particular model has about 4 screws underneath the bottom, so you're going to have to push it up in the air. I normally have my little tilt it back a little bit with one hand. A very heavy machine, so you got to make sure you're in the gym. Alright, and we have these screws underneath right here. It's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Bring her down. After that, so we're working our way up. And the reason you want to work your way up is because if you remove everything from top, it's going to hang and it's going to make it even more difficult for you. So start from the bottom up. Machine could be plugged in or plugged out while doing this job. You're not going to really be messing with a lot of electrical components, but for the best safety practice, let's unplug this bad boy, then we'll figure out how to get to the plug. when we're done. Alright, so we have removed 2 screws from right here. We have 3 screws on the panel, but before we touch the panel, we're going to have to slide the dispenser tray back. Dispenser tray has 2 screws inside of it that's holding it. We're going to remove them. Now the dispenser tray pushes back a bit, and that's all you need to clear the front, okay? Alright, put these screws right here. Now we're going to remove the panel screws right here. There's 3 of them. Alright, so we've removed the panel screws. At this point I need my gloves because my hand is easily bruised and cut. Yes, and I am a tradesman, but I got soft hands. Alright, so we're gonna open the door. Put your hands on the inside metal of the door, and you're gonna lift the door up. What it is sitting on these tabs right here, okay? When you lift the door up, you're going to be careful not to pull it too much forward. We're going to disconnect this wire inside right here. This is for your door lock. And we're going to disconnect this cable. This is for your display panel, okay? Once you've disconnected that, we have all the screws. This door is ready to be moved and fully separated from the unit. So just put it somewhere safe and out of the way, okay? Alright, so now we're getting closer to accomplishing our dreams and goals and aspirations, as I like to call them. And if you've gotten to this stage, you've gotten far enough to where I think you should just continue. Because if you mess anything up here, it's going to be hard for any company to come out and figure out that, and they might charge you extra for that. So stay with me. Give me a thumbs up in this video if you like this video so far. Watch this video all the way through to the end. Comment down in the comment section below if I did help you and if I did simplify the explanation, okay? Alright, so let's go. So I got my knee pads because I am a old man. Well, not that old yet. So anyways, we have to remove the weights, okay? These are counterweights. They help keep the tub balanced while it's in spin. Now, sometimes you could do it with the weights attached, but I've found that the more space you have, the easier this is going to be for you, okay? So, for the weights, let's see. So we got a 12mm socket on there, and that seemed to work like a charm with no issues. The weights are decently heavy. I'd say maybe around 8 to 10 pounds. Nothing crazy. Put this down out of the way, and now I can get the one on the bottom. And if you're not sure, remember, when I used to teach guys at Sears, I used to tell guys, hey, take pictures. Take pictures. Where the memory fail, the pictures won't fail you, okay? So I've got my socket stuck on there. If that happens, you just do the same thing, put it back in the hole, and then just knock it out. It comes right off. Okay. I'll use the washer. Alright, I'll pull it off. The bottom one is a little bit more heavy. I'm going to say maybe between 10 to 15 pounds. Alright, so now we have all the weights off. We have all the front of the washing machine off. So now we're going to easily, I want you to examine the area. So you're going to fold the door boot in. Get used to this. use both your hands, fold it inwards, okay? And just examine what's going on around the door boot. We have a spring. It's a spring that you stretch that holds this onto the face of the tub. Okay, so to remove that spring is just like you remove the front one. You get a flathead screwdriver. Given that this is the old guy, you don't really care about what happens to it. Mind you, as long as you have the correct part, it doesn't matter how you take it off. So you put your flathead screwdriver inside the spring and you pry it up and you just pull it. And there it is. Okay, this is going to be fun. Alright, so we then bring the gasket back out and we're going to lift it off. Alright, at this point I do see a lot of old soap buildup, so what I'll do is I'll take a cloth or a paper towel and just clean up this area. That way, you know, we're going to keep the new door boot new for as much as possible. Look at the old one, we got a lot of old soap mold on the inside of it. So, and the new one looks nice and shiny. So we're going to clean this up a little bit, and then when I'm finished cleaning it up, we're going to come back and... Okay, so I did clean up the tub as best as I could. We have some of this old soap skunk right there that's caked up. But you got to be mindful that these are mold that are built up with years and years, and sometimes you won't get it in one go. And as long as you run your clean washer cycle often, with vinegar or bleach, that should help. Alright, so now we're going to get to the meat of the matter, the reason why you're here. We're going to get this on. Before we get this on, I like to lubricate it a little bit. That way it slides over the lube. And how we do that, I get a little cup with your detergent that you have in your house. Dip your finger in that detergent. Get a little cup of your detergent that you have in the house. You dip your finger in that detergent and you're going to get in between the grooves of the new door boot. That way is not that rubbery. We got a little slick, not too much, just a little bit, a little slick. So that slick helps it to slide onto your tub. This triangle shaped thing right here, that's the center, okay? And if you look at the inside of the tub, you also have a little lip right there. That's the center, okay? So we start from the center first. What you do is you peel the gasket back like this and you snap it on. Okay? And you could go any way you'd like, and it's the same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your hand and you're going to hold this, the side that's on already. Then you're going to use your other hand and you're going to get the rest of it on to the grooves. And you just keep going round and around like the merry-go-round. Now I'm gonna go on the other side. That way it's not hanging off and pulling the other side off while I'm doing the other side. That has happened to me a million times. And we keep going. Get everything under the lip. Alright, now once we get that, we're going to get the inside. We're going to make sure the inside of your door boot is seated properly. Alright, so once that's seated properly, now remember that trick I told you about earlier? We're going to flip the door boot on the inside of the basket / tub. Okay, so we go in. And it's in. At this point, for me personally, I can't do this step without gloves. If you do have stronger hands, then feel free to not use the gloves. But I do recommend it, as this spring will rip the middle of your hand open. You know, you'll survive. It's a small visit to the ER or something, but you'll survive. Alright, so we got a spring right here. It's a stretchy spring. So there's no special way to do this. Meaning, you could do from the side, you could do from the corner, you could do from the top. Whatever way you think works. But you have to do it one step at a time. So remember, we start from the top. Hold it. While we're holding, we're stretching. Stretching both hands. I'm going to get my knees involved now. My knee's gonna hold it right there for now. Then I'm gonna get both hands on deck on this side. And I'm going into the grooves. Pulling it down. Making sure I'm into the grooves. Into the grooves. Looks like on the bottom, kind of have the lip on the inside. You don't want to have that. That could cause a leak, so I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Just a little. I'm going to put it in. Make sure it's inside the grooves and you have no extra rubber hanging out. But not least, very important, you're going to take your hands and you are going to pull this thing with a good amount of strength. I'll tell you what, if you cannot pull this off, it will not come off, okay? And that way you can ensure you don't get any flood, don't get any leaks in your house. So at this point, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put the gasket back on the inside. Then you're going to put the weights back on in no particular order. Just reverse on the steps that you saw earlier before. Reverse, put everything back together. After you put everything back together, be sure to test the machine right away without clothes, just to make sure that she doesn't have any leak. If this video helped you out, please give me a thumbs up. Please also comment down in the comment section below a thank you or something like that. Or if you do have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I do try my best to reply to all my comments, okay? If you also feel generous, feel free to give me a super thanks, you know. Put a little money on it, you know, it does help the YouTube channel. And if you need this job to be done and you're in Connecticut or Lower Westchester County, call this number on the screen right here. My name is Dion, owner of Third Person Appliance Repairs. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully this helped you out. Thanks. Bye.